The more you look, the less you see. The more you look, the less you see.
You go explain tire. That's what somebody said. But it is no longer about what is it going to be differently anymore. Everybody should just stick to this. The next 4 years and what is it called? I've been at 7 years. 7 years, 5 months. You just have to kind of live with this. Okay? You remember this man who once said Boko Haram has defeated the Boko Haram. I don't know if you remember his face, but I will remind you. The guy has come out to say, Shineke Allah, now he go punish Boko Haram. That he actually made the fights and effort of people to defend themselves difficult. That is why over 63,000 of them were slaughtered under his government. Well, because it's Nigeria, the typical. There are already people who are saying that Tinubu's illegitimate regime has defeated terrorism, he has reduced insecurity and all of that. And they are out there telling people who are victims of terrorism that Omo, Tinubu has got it down. No, but I'll give you this flashback. It's just important to something I'm going to say next. Talking about the Plateau State ongoing genocide. Some said it's ethno-religious war. Whatever you like to call it, Fulani terrorists are killing people because of their lands. That is the old story. But somebody once said, Boko Haram has conquered them. Like this.
Good. You will also agree with me that as it is right now, as a nation, or the president, so to speak, is enjoying a great deal of international goodwill, has exemplified in his invitation to the G8 Nations Conference, and so on, and all the fallouts from that conference. We are also aware, too, that what's it called now? Mr. President's diplomatic shuttle to the neighboring countries, to be able to galvanize their support and commitment to this ongoing war has yielded a great deal of effort. And of course, you will agree too that it has assisted in incapacitating Boko Haram to a greater extent, because we have now been able to put in place serious checks and blockades for further supplies, be it logistics, lubricants, oil, and whatever. Weapon supplies, you mentioned it. We have successfully blocked all that.
We have?
We have.
Okay.
We have.
Because that information is not exactly out there for people to rely on. You don't know, but we have. We have success.
Well, the information that was out there, I think that I can clarify this, was that they were able to get one major supplier, I think, and I think a huge cache of, or huge, I'm trying to remember the word, I think trucks of few supplies meant for Boko Haram insurgents was held sometime in Borno State, I believe. But does that mean that we've been able to know the route and, successfully stem it? Is that what it means?
The bulk of these routes go through all these neighboring countries before linking up with the Maghreb. If all these neighboring countries are on our side on this war, and we are all on the same page with them, taking into cognizance all the various routes between Damaturu alone and is it Medjugorje, you have 1,000 and something footpaths.
So what are we looking to do?
Leading through these neighboring countries and passing on to the Maghreb. So if all these countries have now come into a unified effort to say, all right, fine, let's fight this with you because it affects us too. And then we all go all out and block all these routes. My sister, what are we talking about? You will minimize the extent to which these guys will be able to
Shouldn't we also keep in mind the nature of Boko Haram?
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
He has a name, but he will tell you his name himself. This is the part of the characters. They are played different roles for selfish reasons. And maybe once, the expected reward is not given, then they will want to say the truth. But when a man stands for nothing, they fall for, when a man stands for nothing, he falls for anything and everything. That's what these guys are. Boko Haram is gone. 7 months after that, the guy is back on TV. And I won't be surprised when somebody like him is going to come back and praise Tinubu than Boko Haram. Ladies and gentlemen, fast forward now to January the 4th. Your guest, professional who defeated Boko Haram with mouth, with Boko Haram.
I would say I agree with the opinion that General Buhari in the last 8 years or thereabout did virtually nothing, and I mean virtually nothing, in our fight against terrorism. If anything, he promoted and enhanced our hardship as far as the fight against terrorism was concerned. It's unfortunate that we are talking about our number one citizen as at then, within the period of the last 8 years, a period which I refer to that Nigeria had no political leader. We saw all the lines of actions taken by the, political strategic level of decision making. We saw all the lines of action taken even from the presidency. We saw how ministers who had business or things to do with terrorists were made to remain in their positions as ministers. One was even in charge of our entire national data. We could go on and on and on. We allowed undue sentiments right from the presidency to be visited in our alleged purported plan or action against terrorism. You could read religion, you could read tribalism, you could read ethnicity, and so on. It's unfortunate. And at the subnational level, we had governors, especially up north where I come from, under that administration, that had all sorts of romance and unholy relationship with terrorism, degenerating to a situation where some of them were even talking of amnesty. It was shocking to some of us. Amnesty for who? You tell me they are repentant terrorists. Repentant from what? We are soldiers. Our duty is not to come here and grant repentance. Our duty is to hasten your appointment with God to heaven or hell, where he will grant you penance. So, for us to be bringing large number of men from the forest who hitherto were armed and taking on fellow Nigerians, then on the appearance of soldiers, they drop their weapon and you are compelled as a professional to take them PWs and you bring them back to us and say they are repentant what? And then you give their godfathers sitting in government houses to begin to talk about amnesty and even referring us to how amnesty was granted to some chaps way back in the under what's his name? Yeah, President Yaradua in the creeks. It's unfortunate. So now we have a new administration in place. In the last 6 or 7 months, I have not seen a change, so to speak, from what has been happening the last 8 years, we will hope that the president now is not listening to some ill advice coming in from some elements or people who have sympathy with the last administration to him as to how to fight terrorism. We have an ample opportunity now to change the guard in how we fight terrorism. We should not. I appeal to my colleagues in the military. I understand very much what the rules of international law of war says concerning PWs and so on. I must tell you, gentlemen, if we've got to fight this war and come out of it unscathed and make sure that we don't eventually leave this war for our grandchildren to fight continually because of our attitude, then we've got to face this war and face it with all the brute it calls for. Face it with all the...
Nuisance leleyi. Nuisance leleyi.
General Mayanch, we general of truth. The truth that pierces the hearts of the wicked, and cause irreparable, monumental damages to their minds and hearts. Tucano Mike is what Prince Jejeman called this. Said, you see, this is your Tucano Mike. You are the general of generals, because I am. That one are general now all these fake corners and all of them who cannot say the truth. Simply because saying the truth can possibly just make a general cry like a baby. I mean, it is Nigeria, isn't it? Nigeria system and Nigeria government ensures that the Nigeria military, the Nigeria defense forces, they are playing defensive game against terrorists. It is deliberate and intentional. Be honest. That's what we are saying. Let people be honest. Whether you are young or you are old, you should please be honest. Dishonesty, hypocrisy never helped anyone. And we can see through all of the lunatics who have taken advantage of different situations to pretend that they have a clue of what they are saying, when indeed it is all hypocrisy. Hypocrisy, eye service, everybody's looking for his own pot of what have you. And if they call you now, you go change the language. You see, when I met with, the last time I did that broadcast, I did that program, I didn't meet with the chief of staff then. When I met with him, he told me what they are doing. I now believe that they are working to make sure that they end the terrorism. How many times have you heard that? I have been hearing that almost every year, by the way, in the last 10 years. It cost Egbere Jolanta and his government. It cost Nigeria and their lives, and gave Bukwari and his family the life of luxury that Tinubu even Tinubu would not dare to touch, in my own opinion. Anyway, sure you get. So, the killings in Middle Belt part of Nigeria is reported as genocide, ethno-religious cleansing. Christians are being slaughtered. Others are trying to make it look like, no, it's not just Christians, it's also Muslims and that. Oh, don't call them Muslims, they are just Fulanis. They say, come on, shut up, man. Don't tell us what to call the terrorist. We have seen what they have done. We have seen what they are capable of doing. What people are saying is let them have a chance to defend themselves without the terrorists getting the backing that the citizens should be getting. That's just the problem. That's the point. For those who have been to some of these areas, right? Take a look at what, Kilo Day, waiting with the, as in, on top waiting. This is, what's that local government again? Mogun or what have you? Mangu local government area. See people and their communities. you're going to ask yourself, like, what exactly do these terrorists want? So until you have the capacity to match them, violence for violence, okay, everybody should just stop calling on useless government. Well, he said one thing that is true. He said, from what he has seen, there is no difference or changes from the way the terrorists have been operating during Boko Haram's time and Tinubu's 7 months. Apart from them telling you, we are on top of the situation, we are going to arrest the blah, blah, blah nonsense. Nigeria government has spent trillions of naira on defense. They've got fighter jets, they've got surveillance jets, they've got, name it, all these assault weapons, they've got personnel trained, right? And the areas where the terrorists are indeed situated, including the routes that they have created for themselves. All of this could be geo kind of a map, all those geo map. And an operation that may last for, let's say, 3-4 months can sweep all these terrorists. And those that you've managed to capture, right? Those who probably have not escaped through the border back to where they are coming from. If they have the intention of ending the terrorism, or sure you get an operation of like 2-3 months, coordinated, we'll see thousands of these terrorists not only killed, a lot of them will end up either escaping to where they are coming from or in Nigerian jail. And when they end up in Nigeria jail, you don't go take them to jail, make a special law, execute all of them that have been fingered in different acts of terrorism and all that, right? That is the country that is fighting terrorism, not the one that will be like telling you grazing routes. There are some old grazing route from 1947. Now Fulani get them. You know the mad? Because Fulani, they trek past my ancestors' land in 1945. And today, that same path is now like a small town with a lot of farms and all that. So Fulani, because he's his own ancestor with their cows, passed through that place in 1945. So me where they are alive in 2023, should give them my life or the land. Madden. Let people defend themselves if Nigeria doesn't have all it takes to do to get rid of the terrorists. Or you'll be asking for too much because they are actually not planning to end any terrorism. It's a business. Very soon, Tinubu, like he's doing to the Dangote and the rest of them, is going to ask, who is your leader? You cannot be making so much money from terrorism in this place and you are not paying me my own share. I must be the fear that everybody talks about. The king of the underworld, not the Chris. Who are your leaders? Let's meet in Aso Rock. And that's it. If they just say, Baba, now how much will they make with this? You see, now, that's it. The call of them just get used to getting kidnapped. I heard that they are now issuing receipts to the kidnapped victims. I don't know. See, I don't wish you get kidnapped though. But some of the information I shared here, they are so important and useful. In case you get kidnapped in Nigeria, ask for receipts. In case if other group kidnap you, you can show them that, Oga, I've been kidnapped before. Here is my receipt. I was kidnapped 2 weeks ago. I paid, this is the receipt of the ransom by the Ibadan branch kidnappers. Because Nigerian government have no capacity to go after terrorists. They want them to keep playing defense to the point that 2 terrorist groups were fighting themselves. ISWAP was fighting Boko Haram, Alhaji Shekau's camp, and the other guy from the ISWAP, ICC, Syria. They were fighting themselves. Nigeria military and Nigeria Air Force, they can't be the spectators and the referee. Breaking news. Over 300 terrorists lost their lives last night in Bungu, Borno State. Who killed them? They are fighting themselves. Oh, I thought it was the Nigerian. No. We don't get involved in their. If they don't come to us, we don't shoot. Oh, really? Yeah, if they don't come to us, we don't shoot. We're just watching them. They are killing themselves. Now, who count the body? Now, us. When they were done, they left. Wow. Is that a good thing? That the military cannot defeat the terrorists, but the terrorists are fighting themselves because of the territories, right? and they are killing themselves. Nigeria media is now reporting the good news. 360 Boko Haram terrorists died last night. That's a good news. Who killed them? They killed themselves. Okay. So what should we do now? Should we pray for more of that fight? Yes, so because the order from above says we should just play defense. And that's what we're going to do. I mean, we won't go involved in people who get anti-aircraft guns, shooting at themselves and shouting Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Like that. And then they pay you 50,000 naira a month. Honestly speaking, if they pay you, as a soldier in Nigeria, you get paid 50,000 naira. You can't go pull body. You can't go do what? 007, Abishino Rambo. Like, just like that. They're not going to even mention your name. That's how sad it is. Like, I have seen where they use soldiers do negotiation with terrorists in Casino. True story. True story. Don't laugh. True story. 14 soldiers died that day. That was the first time I saw Nigeria DSS, Nigeria soldiers. They were taking selfies with terrorists inside the Katsina forest. Can you imagine? Governor of Katsina State, then Masaku, took a convoy of all of the security, DSS, everybody, like, hey, we are going to go and meet some special people. Everybody, yeah, wow. They left the city. They drove into the desert. 200 kilometers. They are not traveling to anywhere. They were traveling to the territory of the Fulani terrorists in their own area. True story. True life story. When he got there, Ranka de Salam alaikum, Ranka de Salam, Baraka de Salah, and the rest of that. To and fro, 600 million naira. Cash in one song. They get the terrorists 600 million naira to negotiate for those in their captivity. Governor of state, they had to negotiate with the sheikh. 1,500 people were freed. They brought them back inside Nigeria. Baba, 2 days later, breaking news. 14 Nigerian soldiers slaughtered in Kasina. Kilote. Why would you slaughter 14 soldiers again? 2 days ago, they released 1,500 people. I thought they said they've settled. They said no. They said they want to carry out operation, special operation. No, special operation Bawo in the desert alone. It could give her. Nobody explained how those soldiers died. Now they are dead body, they pack, put them inside. That's another horrible thing. Have you seen where they pack dead soldiers in Nigeria killed by terrorists before? Have you? 50,000 naira. And the bodies are a bottom one plane. You know aircraft, plane, airplane. There are some guns, maybe say they entered the airplane. These guys were shooting down fighter jets. All the bodies into the 50,000 naira. That is why Nigerian soldiers don't fight terrorists. If the terrorists know, sometimes if the terrorists shoot at them and they shoot back. Pow! The terrorists shoot. Nigerian soldier reply. Then the terrorists do for like 2 minutes. That's like about a 400 round ammunition. Bullet 400 came out of that thing that just sounded. They say, yes, Oga. That one is, listen. No. That one is 200 round ammunition. 200. Say yes, 200. When they do that, you want to respond. You don't respond. You throw away your gun and run away. I have seen soldiers run in Nigeria. No joke. I don't think bodies if you see. I love one tenary. Sometimes if they shoot you, they go say the bullet day your. This one no go day your body. Go shut. Ask people now. So that's why soldiers don't fight them. That's why in Nigeria you have ungoverned areas, they call them. Because nobody won't go there, go ask question. Just yesterday, now 12 people then kill for Zamfara. True life story again. Yesterday, 12 people, kill share, they don't pay tax. Tax to who? Is not paying tax, death sentence. Today, it is so. That's why I told you. If you go to Nigeria or you are living in Nigeria, watching me right now, laughing and the issue of kidnapping and insecurity and the rest of that is so huge and big that you are on your own. Tinubu and gang are not coming to save you or defend you from them. If they kidnap you, collect receipt too. Brother to brother. Blood to blood. Because they will kidnap you from Araba. May them release you for Zamfara. And from Zamfara, may another people kidnap you. In a week, they can kidnap you for 3 times. Last time, they go kill you if you no pay. But with the receipts, they say, bros, I was kidnapped yesterday. Yeah, I just came out. Say, okay, you go. All right, go. Just make sure that before you pass this road again, make it another 6 months too, so that you have money for your next ransom. Say, okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Then you go to church and say, people should praise God. Nigeria is getting better. Say, how? Kidnappers. If you show them the receipts, that sometimes we all pray that we don't want to get kidnapped, Abby. But these guys are going to make Nigeria kidnapping comfortable. Sure, you get to say, make kidnapping great again. And some of them are saying they want to come and make Nigeria great again. Say, let's make kidnapping great again. I say, this country is changing. It's not that bad, though. The last time I was kidnapped, they just gave me a receipt. And, nobody, the other day, when they were kidnapping people, I just showed them my receipt, and they said I should go. I was like, this country is getting better. Even these people, they are kind of, you know what I mean? That is the Nigeria these guys are going to give to you. Just give them time. Give them time. It's not going to happen so like that. You are already in that incubator. They are making you ready. You see, those of you who are rebels, who know they agree. Remember the slogan for 2023. No grief for anybody. Because as it is, they will force you to accept nonsense. I'll leave it at that. Last time I was going to take a course, but somehow the call didn't work. So let's try it this evening. Okay. I'm going to stop there. Or let me go make myself another cup of tea. Okay. Like the broadcast if you haven't already. Share the broadcast. Facebook is so mad, right? That not only that they didn't let people see this broadcast, those who have seen it, they've made it impossible for you to share or comment. Can you even believe that? Well, the fact that you can hear this, thank you. All right, to every one of you. So we are going to take calls. Let's kind of leave it at that because we won't turn to too much of it. Okay, I will be back in a minute or two. Okay, I have a caller, and I hope the line works this evening so that we can have more calls. All right. Let's see if it works. So I think it does. Hello there.
Hello, my good emoji.
Baba, I think it is working. How are you?
I'm fine. This is Charles from Niger State.
Oh, dear Charles. How are you this evening, by the way?
I'm fine, good.
Happy New Year to you, Charles.
I'll send to you, my brother.
Please.
Thank you for the good work you have been doing, enlightening us, giving us information. It's a very good one. Okay. So my submission for the day, I'll start from yes, the last time I spoke on this platform, I talked about the fuel price that we made some analysis. I said they're just lying to us, which you also clarified to me. And I still love the way you let Nigerians to know that the subsidy that they are paying is not physical subsidy, but they are paying subsidy to using another channel, which is dollar subsidy.
That's
because
right.
I saw many of those, like the IPMAN and the NNPC, when all these media interview them, they keep saying, no, there's no subsidy, they are not paying subsidy. But if they are not paying subsidy,
there is no subsidy, right? And then at the same time, they are saying, oh, the price is not going to increase, it's going to remain the same. So who is paying the difference? Don't worry about the difference, okay? But there's no subsidy, okay? But it's not, come on, man. People will know so.
The people actually, and one of the main problem Nigeria will have is that Nigeria will always lie to ourselves. And as we keep lying, Nigeria will keep going down. Will keep going down. That is the problem. Nigeria don't like to say the truth.
No.
And as we keep lying to ourselves, we'll at the end of the day, it will dawn on us that this lie will not take us anywhere. That is the way, by the way. Another submission I'm going to talk about is the certificate saga. I know about that certificate issue now. Like if you're in the north, that is why most of our Igbo brothers that live in the north for a very long time, they will practically tell you that Nigeria is not a country to call your own country, because there's a lot of things happening. Do you know this certificate issue? I'm aware of it for over about 8 to 7 years back now.
So which of them
I have some
in the north, or those ones from other African countries as they are currently?
Yes, most of the northerners that I know, some of them are in politics and others. Somebody will tell you, you need certificate. If you go to Benin 1 year, they'll give you your certificate. You understand? I didn't even know that it has even outgrown that 1 year, that you can even sit at the comfort of your home and you receive your certificate as if you're ordering a pizza.
Exactly.
Nice.
In 6 weeks maximum.
Very, very bad. Very bad. And again, another submission is about the Nigerian system. Look at the NYC and what have you. I happen to do my NYC in Abuja 2015. I know the rigorous process which we go through. You do your verification, biometric verification, and every month you have to go for biometric verification, which if you don't do that, you will not receive your allowance. All these documents, all this information,
they said it's because he changed his phone number. Really?
Which is very, 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 very bad. It's a wrong thing. Can you imagine that kind of a thing? That means all the stress that we spend 12 months going for biometric, and that all those information, those data are nowhere to be found.
You can't see it anywhere. Because there's no data anywhere.
If those data are there, as long as anywhere you to reject him.
As I should have.
And look at that's a lot of loopholes in the system. That's why it's difficult
to begin the investigation to begin to sort of do some back end, you know, because they can discover all these fake ones eventually. Sure, you know, right?
Yes.
Instead of embarking on
Yes.
all of that, they said, "Oh yeah, everybody, go and bin your certificates. We don't want to see them anymore." Really? That's the solution? Yeah, that's the solution. Wait. So
Most of the people that work
certificates and they are like politicians in different offices now, what will happen to them? We'll deal with them. We're investigating. Really? No, they are not.
The Nigerian system is so corrupt that no remedy. And that's the way I say it.
Anyway,
no remedy to it.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, just stay safe. Okay. I will take another one. I have another. Yes. Hello there.
General.
Yes, sir.
No verse. I don't get carried away. Our team is still there back. So I was listening.
You are lucky. It's not yet rolling in and rolling in, right? Like it's not so busy on the line.
The line jam. The line jam. Our code only go through.
I know. It's not busy yet. Oh, I'm telling you that you're lucky. You don't understand. But good enough that you are here, Baba. How are you?
Senior man. We did fine. We did fine.
Oh yeah, now my guys with that. Oh yeah. So everybody days.
Love from Germany. Love from Germany, boss.
Nice.
I get you.
Thank you, man. Thank you, guys. So let's take it one by one again, right?
Yeah, normal.
So who is starting?
Na me.
Now you go.
You get where I want. No say now you are to take cash my small knowledge for politics.
Here you get.
You get one man want me eat maybe or those of us like say we no know. Because I just follow my guy talk now. I just throw my small light. I say maybe now so the thing be. So maybe you go just throw small light. Maybe other people say guys. This banditry and kidnapping. How are our elite or the government benefiting from it? How are they gaining from it?
Well, I wouldn't say. I mean, in the context of how you ask the question, okay, it's going to be like all of them. But we will say, among other crimes that all of them are involved in, like money laundering, drug trafficking, and all those things, they kind of get all their money from, right? Some of them are also involved in gun running. Okay, so how are they benefiting from it? Just supply, bruv. Supply. Okay, somebody is supplying those weapons and smuggling them into Nigeria. Somebody is opening the armory somewhere and covering it up. And these are multi-million dollars, if not billion dollars, enterprise.
Weapons.
Because, gun running alone, weapon movement and all of that stuff. I mean, when you have to get weapons for thousands of terrorists, okay, and you have to supply them food, supply them gas, like petrol, you have to supply them medication. These are people who actually have a chain of, that's why they said those who are sponsoring them, if you can get a hold of their sponsor, which a lot of them are in the public eye anyway, right? You will cut off their supply. You are going to really, really affect them. So where your question now talks about how are the elites benefiting, I can say these guys are there, these terrorists, because you know something? Somebody said, if you see these terrorists, you will never believe that there are those who are collecting billions and billions from people in Nigeria. You can't see the money on them. When they are like, when you get to some of their camps, the money is not there. There are people who are handling that, bro. Right? There are people who are running those things there. They are watching me and you talk right now, and they are probably just be like, what are you going to do about it? The only people who could do something about it are those who are trained and paid to detect them. Those ones are already compromised. So who are we going to turn to? Just think about that.
We'll go now to shut down the country now.
You get that? So the money where they go into ransom payments, who they collect the money, who they move the money. And
they know where these people are. That's the worst part of it.
They know.
They are giving them cash. They are giving them cash.
And now, you still say easy, may you kidnap 200 people. Oh yeah, go gather your guys, right? Go try kidnap 3 person at a go. So you won't move them all. But these ones will move 200 people, 300 people
clean
for hours. and there will be no detection. That should tell you all you need to know, bro.
So, Baba, this money the government will carry go give them for hand. You want me say you know if you be say them if you get their own banditry system,
That
maybe
one
like
is
say
another
them,
regio, Baba. You don't pay attention. Man, give you that gist. Man, give you that gist.
God.
So me, I'm governor now. All right, I am the governor, and this insecurity thing now a big issue. Okay, and what that has done for the criminal politicians is that it has given the governors blank check, especially in northern Nigeria, and the blank check is called security votes. Here you get. So if you're having problems, and a lot of people are hearing that you are taking 500 million, 600 million every month, even as poor as your state is, for security votes. So sometimes you might want to just, tell them that I just gave these terrorists 600 million naira to buy peace from my security vote money. Next time, don't ask me what I do with what do I do with my security vote money.
Very easy way. Very
you get
easy.
So if you can't say, but what do you want him to do now? At least they release 1,500 people and say, oh, that's true. Oh, that's true. Anyway, that's a good thing. That's Nigeria for you. Others have created the same scenario in other states in Nigeria. Okay.
They are not even wise. This thing is very, very obvious.
It's so easy.
It's so obvious.
You know what somebody told me about discovering those who actually benefited from the 2023 elections, right? The judges, the electoral workers, and the rest of them.
The security,
the police, and the rest. You know what I mean? Like everybody will benefits. It will take less than 2 weeks' job, okay? And all you need to do is just take their bank statement, the bank account of their family, relatives, friends, and all of that you know around them, and begin to scrutinize. You will see where all the money for 2023 elections went. And that will give you the picture of all you need to know what role this person play and that person. But they won't do it because it's deliberate, prof.
Odiego.
So thank you very much for
Baba. God bless.
I'm going to go tell the guys that they should they should keep it tight. May everybody no grief for anybody for this year. If you know say this is not true, hold on to it. You get don't let everybody tell you say what if what about say I be you the Chris now they see red you they tell me say what if it's blue you they whine me sure you get May everybody open up.
My eye don't realize that smoking go.
And you get it's so important, Baba. Before they use you, use your head too. Now the logo be that too. They say before they use me, I go use my head, bro. Take it easy,
Baba is
have a good one. So I have another caller. Somebody said I should start a comedy. No. This is not comedy. Life is not comedy. See, no go they make and look like say some people who they see politics as game. Politics is not game. It's real life shit, man. The African Wahala can back me up. How are you, sir?
Man, my brother, I'm doing well. Have I spoken to you this year?
No,
Happy New Year, if I haven't.
Happy New Year.
Wow, Happy New Year.
I'm actually taking my first phone. I think. Am I not? No. The second time phone calls.
No, I think it's the second time.
That's great. So good to hear from you, Baba.
You too, my brother. Man, once again, thank you. Honestly, your presentation keeps getting better and better.
Oh, thank you, man.
Like it's really, really awesome what you're doing. Thank you for your sacrifices. Thank you for the works.
Thanks, man.